As we successfully set up integrating AWS CloudWatch and Dynatrace for metrics monitoring, now next step we are going to integrate AWS CloudWatch Logs into Dynatrace, because every application running in AWS produces logs. These logs comes from EC2, Kubernetes, Lambda, API Gateway, and your containers. These logs are valuable for finding errors and understanding the performance and troubleshooting any production problems. Instead of keeping these logs in AWS CloudWatch, we can send the logs to Dynatrace, so where it can combine with metrics and logs monitoring. So you can use it for more easy troubleshooting when it comes to Dynatrace. Now, how I'm going to do this integration? I'm going to do this integration with the help of AWS services called Firehouse. So I'm going to use something called Firehouse, Data Firehouse, which is basically automatically collect your logs and transform your logs and send these logs to another system. In our case, it is going to be Dynatrace. It is fully managed by AWS. We are not going to do any kind of code to maintain it. Okay, I'll show you how it works. First thing is, as you know, every AWS services produces logs. These logs comes to CloudWatch. So this is my CloudWatch. If I go to CloudWatch here, CloudWatch, if you click the logs here and click the log groups, so this is your log groups, right? So for example, this is my application logs are getting stored in this particular log group. Now you see there are a lot of logs here. So you see, look at the logs, it's super critical, right? The cache miss for product ID, null pointer exceptions of order controller, and these logs are very critical for us, especially to debug any problems, right? So I want to bring this log into Dynatrace. How I'm going to do is, I'm going to do it in very easy way. First, I have a logs which is available in CloudWatch, right? CloudWatch logs. Okay, now I want to send these logs to AWS Firehouse. I want to send these logs to AWS Firehouse, and from Firehouse, it's a streaming delivery stream. I want to send this to Dynatrace. So this is the steps I'm going to follow step by step. So Dynatrace has to allow these logs getting ingested. Okay, let's go step by step. I have a documentation for that. Let's follow the documentation. So this is the documentation which we are going to follow. The first step is, I need to make sure that I have given enough permission to AWS to send the logs to Dynatrace. For that, I just need to create one API token in Dynatrace environment, and I need to supply my Dynatrace URL. So this is my Dynatrace URL, and I need to create one API token. How to create that? You can search with access token here. The straightforward is access token. So you see there is something called access token. Access token and API token both are same. It's just calling in different names. Okay, once here, and then what you need to do is you just need to create one API token. So what's your purpose? Your purpose is to ingest the logs, right? You just need to provide only the log permission. That's more than enough. You don't have to provide all the permissions. Just click generate token. Now what I'm going to do, you see I have lot of scopes here, right? So what is my intention? I want to ingest, so I'll just say ingest. Okay, and then enable this and metrics as well, and open telemetry traces as well. Let's enable this. Okay, and give a name here, token, log token. Okay, provide the expiry date, so which means how long this token will be live. So for this purpose, you can go for a longer duration, maybe for a year, and click generate token. Okay, just copy this. This is your key, API key. Okay, I just copied here. Save this key because it's a one-time generatable. You can't take it again. Okay, to make sure that you are storing it in a secure place. The next step is going to be, you need to provide your Dynatrace SaaS URL, your environment ID, and the live.dynatrace.com. So copy this value. Okay, and then add it here, and instead of your environment ID, you just need to add this. Okay, so these two informations, I'll put it in a notepad. That's a better way to handle it. Okay, this is my token and this is my environment information. Okay, so sorry, it should copy it here. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, we are good. Let's go for the next step. Next step is you need to set up one Firehouse log stream. So as I said, Firehouse is nothing but it's basically a streaming platform. It's like forwarding the logs from source to destination. That's the purpose. Now I'm going to create one Firehouse, data Firehouse. For that, I can do it using AWS console. Okay, I just need to set up everything step by step. So this is kind of a time consuming. What I do is I just go by CloudFormation template. Okay, so I just copy this comments, I just keep it here. Okay, I just need to replace this informations. One is API URL and then token. This is my token. Okay, that's it. So let's apply this. Copy this, go here, CloudWatch, and open a Cloud Shell here. Just click this Cloud Shell. Okay, let's run this here. Copy paste the value. Okay, let's run this. So first I've added it as an environment variable. Next step is to run this command. Okay, let's run this. So it is going to create one CloudFormation template. Will take a couple of minutes. Okay, it is completed now. Let's go back and verify. Search CloudFormation. Okay, you see there is a CloudFormation template is created. Now let's go back and check in Firehouse. Type Firehouse, data Firehouse. You should see a new Firehouse is created here. Stream is created. Okay, now you can check. It just created November 8th. Okay, it just created now. So log stream here. Okay, so now yes, we were able to successfully create. Now let's go and validate this. So as per the steps mentioned, so we just open a CloudFormation template and let's check the stack and check the events. Okay, go back to CloudFormation. Yes, we can see the CloudFormation has created a Firehouse. Go back here, open this, go to parameters. Now you see your Dynatrace details are added here, and you need to go to event section and check all the events are properly executed and successfully completed. Yes, it is all completed successfully. Then go to output section, and this is your CloudWatch subscription filter value. You see here, better copy this value. You need it in when you configure it. Now keep it here, and this one also keep it, these two things here. Okay, that's it, done. Let's go back to the next step. Next step is you need to find which logs you want to send it from your CloudWatch. Okay, for that what we do is we are going to create one delivery stream. Okay, let's do this as well. Copy this. I can follow the document also here. Okay, after getting the Firehouse delivery stream and IAM role, I need to subscribe the CloudWatch log group. Okay, this is what I need to do. Okay, for that, first of all, I want to know what logs I'm going to send to Dynatrace, because in my CloudWatch I don't want to send this 100 GBs of logs to Dynatrace. If I send that, then my licensing cost will be exhausted. So again, I want to be very specific to send the most critical important logs to Dynatrace, not every logs. For example, this is my application logs. So my service is my application log. Here I get most critical metrics, or you can say most critical information or events getting stored in this logs. Like you see, order created successfully, cache miss, and error transaction declines, right? So a lot of failures here as well, and debug logs I'm getting here. Now I want send these logs only, not every logs available here. I don't want all these logs, only these logs I need to send. Okay, I want to send only these logs. So how do I do that? Okay, go back here. You just need to run this command. I'll just follow the guide here. The same thing only, just copy the steps. Go here, open the Cloud Shell command, clear the screen, Okay, now run this. Okay, it is created, the shell script is created. What's the next step? Next step is you need to subscribe the log group name. Okay, you need to subscribe the log group name. I can do this from here as well. If you go to the log group, okay, open this log group and you see something called subscription filter. Okay, you can create a subscription filter. Here you need to choose data firehouse subscription filter and you just need to specify your stream name. So my stream name is this one, and what is the role you are using. Okay, you need to provide the role which is being created for this subscription filter, this one, and then you need to provide your subscription patterns. You don't have to do anything here, and then you just need to specify the start stream. This is one way of doing it, but there are sometimes you will get a failure here. I would suggest to follow the command line program. So I just need to run this one command. So here I'm just going to subscribe the same thing. Instead of doing from UI, I run this shell script. So I just need to provide only the log group information. Okay, I already have it here. So this is the script and this is my log group, my service. Okay, I just, and then the stack name is Dynatrace log delivery stream, which is nothing but this one, the stack name, CloudFormation stack name. You need to provide your CloudFormation stack name. Okay, log delivery stream, you just need to copy this. Okay, you need to change only the log group values and stack name. In case if you change the name here, nothing else you need to change. Okay, let's go ahead and run this command. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to run the shell script, and this shell script going to subscribe this particular log group against this particular stack name. Okay, it is successfully subscribed. Let's go and verify here. Refresh the screen, go to CloudWatch, go to log group, my services, subscription filter. Now you see the filter is added and you see the destination is Firehouse. Okay, this is done. We could see. Now what's the next thing? In terms of integration standpoint, everything is completed. Let me repeat what I have done. The first thing I have done is, I have created one API token from Dynatrace. This API token is this one, and then scope I have given is ingest logs, streams, and events and metrics. I have given this scope, and this is my Dynatrace URL. Once I have this URL, the next thing I did is I created one CloudFormation template by running the command, which is given by this screen here. I ran this command. Once I ran this command, I just need to supply the information. It created one stack name called Dynatrace log delivery stream. This stack has created one Firehouse delivery stream, which is available here, which you can see here. Once the Firehouse delivery stream is ready, then I just choose which logs I want to send to Dynatrace. Then I have one critical logs group. I subscribed my Fire stream there. Okay, that's something I have done. Nothing else I have done. Okay, so once it is done, then what is expected? You should see all the logs coming from this particular log group. All the logs coming from this particular log group. The log group of my services should be added into or should be ingested into Dynatrace. Only these logs, nothing else. You don't see the logs from here. Only these logs will be ingested into Dynatrace. Okay, so if you open this, okay, there is no new event. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's initiate the application. I have one shell script that will produce a lot of logs in real time, because right now there is no new logs. As and when you enable this integration, you don't get the old logs, only you will get the new logs into Dynatrace. Okay, let's do something. I have a script for that. I'll run the script. It's also available in this document. Just go here. You just need to run one shell script. So this is my shell script I want to run. What it will do, it will produce the logs. Okay, it will produce the logs, let's say for 30 minutes continuously. It will produce the logs, real-time logs. Okay, let me clear the screen. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so I generated the logs. Now let's go back and check. Click start tiling. When you click start tiling, this will tell you the real-time logs. Okay, now you see we have started getting logs into the CloudWatch. End-to-end integration is done. Only thing is pending right now is we need to check whether Dynatrace is getting these logs. Go back to Dynatrace and go to notebook. Okay, let's create one DQL, fetch logs. Okay, let's try this. Let's run this without using too much of filters. Let's run this. Let's keep it for short minutes, let's say 10 minutes, because with the logs are just started now. Let's check this. Apply now. Okay, we should be seeing the logs here. Okay, the logs are not yet received. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. We should be seeing the logs. Okay, now I guess I started seeing some logs here. Let's click this one of it. Now just drag this right, and you see these logs are coming from AWS, and using this is the log stream, and you see this is coming from Firehouse, and this is the API it is using. Open pipeline, that's something I'll tell you a little later. Okay, yes, I'm successfully pushed the logs from AWS to my Dynatrace. So I hope this gives you an idea how you can send the logs to Dynatrace from CloudWatch. I'm not sending every log, just to repeat, I'm not sending every logs from CloudWatch to Dynatrace, only the specific logs which is most important for me, because Dynatrace also charges for log ingestion. You just need to be a little cautious. You need to apply best practices, send most important logs to Dynatrace for your debugging purpose or for your troubleshooting purpose. Okay, now you see the lot of logs are coming, right? So let's apply some filter here. Let's say the filters, I'll just use this filters from here, this one. I'll take this, I'll just add this into filter. Okay, so I get only the logs. Okay, yes, I can see the logs now. But right now you see still I'm getting a lot of logs which is not so important for me. Right now all the logs available in this particular log group I'm getting. Let's say I want to apply more best practices. What do you mean by that? I don't want every log coming into Dynatrace from the same log group. For example, I don't need the info log. I just want only the error logs. I just want only the error logs. I want to apply a log filter here. Instead of sending every logs to Dynatrace from this particular log group, I want to apply a filter saying that, okay, I don't want info logs. I want only the error logs. The log which has this particular keyword error, I want to send it to Dynatrace. Rest of all the logs should be stopped at source itself, which means rest of the all logs should not be sent to Dynatrace. It is straightforward. So I'll show you how to do that. You just come here. You see subscribe with subscription filter pattern. Okay, what do you mean by that is you can apply a filter, okay, specific patterns. You can apply a filter based on the patterns. So I'll show you the example here. You see here, if you set, it allows you to subscribe the filtered stream of logs. What do you mean by that? I'll show you example. As I said, I want to send only the error logs. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just go here. I'm just going to go here, copy this command, same thing only, just changing the additional filter. I'm just adding this additional filter, which means it will send the logs only with this particular keyword error. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll just go back to CloudWatch, go back to log group. I'll just unsubscribe and subscribe it again. Okay, just go here and delete this. I'll delete this. Why I'm deleting? Because I don't want every log from this particular my services application. I want only the error logs. Go here copy this command, okay, and go to the Cloud Shell. Okay, I'll just stop this as well for now. Okay, just remove this, copy this command, copy this command and apply it here. Okay, same thing, just adding additional filter. Okay, it is done. Let's verify it here. You see here I applied a filter patterns here. What is a filter pattern? I want to take the logs which has this particular keyword, error keyword. Okay, it will only consider this log. Okay, let's re-ingest the logs again. Let's start the log again, copy the steps from here to here. Okay, just go ahead and run this command. Ideally in real time you don't need to run this command which I'm doing right now, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to create some dummy logs. From in real time your application itself will produce good amount of logs. For testing purpose or for understanding purpose, you can take my example. Okay, this is started, the logs will started. Now let's go back here and open this log stream, click the start trailing. Okay, the logs will start producing again. Okay, now logs are coming here. From CloudWatch you see every logs, you see a warning logs, info logs, and you also see error logs. You see everything here, right? But in case of Dynatrace you don't see these logs. These logs will not be available. You only see the logs which has this particular pattern. Debug logs will not come, warning logs will not come to Dynatrace, info logs will not come to Dynatrace. We can validate that. Okay, let's give it some time and we will validate it. I'll just change this to 5 minutes. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes and then we will validate. So now you see I'm getting logs only belongs to errors, right? So you see I'm not getting every logs available in CloudWatch, right? I have logs in info, error, warning, but I'm getting only the error logs in Dynatrace. So this is another way to save the cost, log ingestion cost, as well as send what is most important for you. Okay, you can apply various filters according to your requirement. So this is how you can send the logs from AWS CloudWatch to Dynatrace.